Morning. So let's begin. Morning, Nicola. All right, so let's begin. Oops, actually, I had to do something. I had to spotlight. Good morning, Sarah. Okay. All right. So let's begin. Sit tall and supreme. Close the eyes and bring the attention within. At the moment of creation, God became part of all living beings. Attune your mind to the supreme divine consciousness that is within and all around. Begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're becoming one with all beings everywhere. Om. Fix your mind on God alone. Om. Rest your thoughts in God alone. Om. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let's do the mantra for purification to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you don't know it, just pretend you're singing through the voice of the Guru. You derive all the benefits, though you're chanting the perfect beat. If you do know it, do it with conviction and in volume so it can be heard by all the subtle bodies within and all around, and try to do it in a single breath. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabahya Vyantrahas Jihi. So now let's continue with the asana practice. To make it even more powerful, this practice, and even more meaningful, renounce all the fruits. Dedicate them to something higher and greater than just the satisfaction of your own needs. Do it simply because it must be done for the benefit of all. So now let's come to standing. We'll begin with some warm-ups to prepare the body for the practice. Stand with your feet about 10 inches apart and start to swing from side to side. Roll the arms around the body. Try to see all the way around you. And then starting to move faster. And as fast as possible. All the joints in the upper body shaking. And then start to slow it down. Bring your hands back onto the hips and circle ahead. Make large circles as possible. The ears touching the shoulders, the chin to the chest, the back of the head to the top of the back. And then go in the opposite direction. Feel as though the head was so heavy it can't stay on top of the neck. It just keeps rolling all the way around it. Now the left foot can come forward if you like. Right arm, throw it back and continue to wind up as though you're trying to prepare to throw a ball. You can move the arm faster to really loosen up the joint. And then go in the opposite direction. And then the right foot goes in front, left arm, throw it back and continue to spin. Feel as though you're holding a weight of 5 pounds in hand to make the arms swing more easily. And then go forward now. Now bring the feet back in line with one another. Raise your arms above the head, take hold of the opposite elbows and bend to the left. Bounce a few times, try to get a little bit deeper to stretch. Then go to the other side. Try not to make folds in the underside of the body. Go to the left again, stretch, pull on the elbow. And then go to the other side. Come back to the top and then little circles over the head. Start with little circles, the head, neck, and shoulders mostly moving at first. But then create larger circles. The upper back and the chest come into the movement. And if you feel comfortable to do so, you can swing the whole torso down. Make like the arms of a windmill. Around and around. Then coming back up and go in the opposite sense. Starting off again, little circles. And progressively getting larger with the circles. Starting to feel it in the waist and the hips. And then eventually, if you feel apt to do so, the whole torso circles. And get the forearms to brush right across the feet. And then coming all the way back up. And then release the arms down. Shake out the wrists, move the fingers very, very rapidly, like you have no control over the hands. And moving all by themselves. And then starting to make them look like the wings of a hummingbird going up and down. Now take the arms out to the side. If you need to, you can bring your left hand on the wall and swing the right leg back and forth. Try to get the knee to the shoulder, the toes to the back of the head. And then the other leg. Fix your gaze on a point to help you to balance more effectively. Good. And then release. Feet by the side, side by side, hands by the side of the body. Inhale, start to lift up. 2, 3. Lift up the heels. Continue to inhale all the way up. Push and release your toes. Exhale. 2, 3. Slowly lower your heels down. 2, 3. Inhale, come up again. Be like the witness, watching the body move all by itself. Now push and release your toes and lift the heels way up. Exhale. 2, 3. Start to lower the heels slowly. All the movements controlled. Inhale, no jerky motions. 2, 3. Come up gracefully all the way up over the head. Exhale. 2, 3. And down. 2, 3. One more time. Inhale, rise up. Take the heels up. Engage leg muscles in the core. Hold the breath this time. And turn your palms up. Try to imagine trying to push the hands right through the roof. Now exhale. 2, 3. Lower the rest of the way down. Bring the chin on the chest and a gesture of humbleness. Stay in this humble mindset throughout the practice. Renounce all the fruits once again. Do the practice because it must be done. So now let's come to the front of the mat. Hands in front of the heart. Surya Namaskara. Let's pretend we're all together physically moving like a school of fish. Sustain the Karta Mind of offering. Bring your arms up over that arch back. And then bend down. Bend your knees if you need to. Bring your hands flat on the ground. Uttanasana. Then the right foot goes back. Lower down the knee. Drop down to the seat. Come into the high plank. And then bring the knees down. The seats all the way back behind the heels. Glide forward. Brush your nose to the ground as you come forward. Into Bhujangasana. Take the head back. Arch the back. Again, take your seats all the way back. Come forward again. Put your elbows to the sides wide. Turn the fingers up a little bit. And come all the way up. Head over your seats. One more time. Take the seats back. Imagine you're a snake creeping through the grass. And then uncoiling majestically, just like a serpent does. Take the head all the way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, lift the seat, allow the head to come down below the arms, the heart to melt. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands. Again, lower the seat all the way down towards the front heel. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come on, lift the standing, reach up over the head, stretch. Come back, bring it back home, hands to heart. Go up and back again. All the movement smooth, all this transition seamless, like you're doing a divine dance of devotion. Left foot back into the plank, and down we go with the knees and the seat all the way back. Come forward. Put yourself in the body of the snake. Imagine having that boundless range of motion. And again, take the seats back. Come forward. Imagine, just try to imbibe the snake's qualities. Be regal and wise, fierce and fearless. Take the seat back one more time. Come forward. 4, 3 times. Blessed are those who can imitate the form. Copy the teacher physically, mentally, and spiritually. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat, allow if you have the flexibility of the forehead to touch right down to the ground. And then the left foot steps forward to the hands. Drop down to the seat. Good. Feet together, Uttanasana. Try to push the seat right up over the heels, legs straight eventually. Come right up to standing. And then come back home, hands to the heart. Of course, do according to your condition. Raise your arms up. Do your best. It's the effort that's important, not the results. Uttanasana. The right foot goes back. Anjalyasana. Good. And then it's a high plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Knees, chest, forehead down. This time as you come forward and your hips come to your hands, lift your hips and knees away from the ground. Upward facing dog. Take your moment. Bend the toes under and pulse. Try to get your shoulders back. Imagine there's a hinge at the top of the legs and you're trying to fold the body right in half. Now lift the seat. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Here, pulse, again, try to bounce, try to get your chest close to the ground, the belly to the thighs. If you can strike your forehead to the ground. Not important again, just the main thing here is to work the shoulders, get your head all the way down below the arms. Good, and now the right foot steps forward to the hands, back and down, Anjalyasana, and feet together, Uttanasana. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head, arch back, and come back home, hands to the heart. Go up and back again. Imagine all creations experiencing this through you. Uttanasana. Left foot back. So try to live the best experience possible. Into high plank, Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, forehead down. Right up into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana again. Make like a dog howling at the moon. And then back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look like a dog stretching its back and try to embody the loyalty of the dog to its master. Good. Now bring the left foot forward to the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana, bow down in zone humbleness. Come right up to standing again, reach up over the head. And come back home. Every posture an offering. Each movement has a consciousness associated to it. Open yourself up to divine grace, for instance, as you go back. Full forward gesture of humbleness here. The right foot back. This time keep the back knee lifted. Do not let the back knee drop down. Keep the legs strong. Then come into the high plank. From here, you can do Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, forehead down. Or if you feel stronger, take your seat back. Try and make your way all the way through to upward facing dog, then touching your legs to the ground. Pushing through your toes, pull the elbows to the sides of the body. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now raise your right leg up, Ekapada, 3-legged dog, step the foot between the hands. Big step forward, so the shoulders land over the fingertips. And then the back knee again stays lifted. Keep the back leg strong. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head. And then come back home. And again, raise your arms up, stretch the whole front of the body, fold forward. Try to get your feet in line to your heels if you're flexible, your body against the front of the legs. Then your left leg back. Back knee again stays lifted and the back leg charged. Into the high plank, your entry of your choice into upward facing dog. You can again without touching your legs to the ground. Pushing with your toes, pull out the sides of the body. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And now bring the left leg up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step the foot between the hands. Try to land the foot without a sound. Back knee stays lifted. And then feet together, Uttanasana. Feet over the heels, head close to your feet. Come up again, reach up over the head, and then back home. Another variation, raise your arms up. This time is come down, bend your knees, land your belly on your sides, join your hands behind your back and pull them right over your head. Uttanasana, plunge the head towards the earth. Right foot goes back without touching your fingers to the ground if you can. Lower the knee, drop your seat, right into Kapayasana. Bring your hands all the way up over the head, arch back. Pull the body away from the front leg, reach back. Good. Now from here, come back with your hands. From here, a different option if you like. You can take the left leg all the way up into Ekapada, three-legged dog. Come forward, shoulders over fingertips. And from here, you can either lower your leg down right here and knees, chest, forehead down, or on the side of the body, try to get your chest down first. And then right through into upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bring the right leg up. And then step the foot between the hands. Be like a shapeshifter moving through the forms effortlessly. Drop the seat right down. Kapayasana again. Pull your arms up. Reach. Lean away from the leg. Good. Arms beside the ears. Arms stay straight as well. Stay true to the form. And from here, come forward, belly on your sides, join your hands behind the back, and then bring your feet back together. Uttanasana. Push your belly into your thighs. Try to get your chest below the knees. Come right up to standing again. Hasta Uttanasana. And then back home. Once again, same variation. Raise your arms up. Stretch the whole. Engage the front of the upper back. And then come forward. Bend your knees, belly on your sides. Lift your seat as the head comes all the way down. Try to get to again your chest at your knees, maybe even lower. Now, without touching your fingers to the ground, left foot goes back, lower the knee, see if you can take your arms up. Modify according to your abilities, of course. Reach back. No expectation, no attachment to the result. Stretch. Fingers over the toes almost. And then break the palms. Bring the hands back down. Push into your hands and swing the right leg all the way up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come forward into a high plank with your leg either staying lifted, or you can bring it down at this point and down you go. With the chest or knees, chest, forehead down if you need the extra support. Right through into upward facing dog. And back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg comes up. Move between the forms like a shapeshifter, effortlessly and smoothly. Left foot steps between your hands and the back knee down. Kapayasana again. Pull the arms all the way up. And then all the way back, work the shoulders. Good, lift the heart. And from here, come forward, lean into your front leg, left, the hands come behind the back, and the right foot comes in to meet the left. Uttanasana. Lord, seat over the heels, the head almost touching the feet. And come right up to standing. Raise your arms over the head, arch back. And then come back home. Take pause here for a moment. From the heart, inhale the left and heart up to the ground. Hold the breath there. Imagine that love going into all beings everywhere, like the sun that shines down on everything. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love towards all. And then release. So we're going to continue with Surya Namaskar. May Shiva protect us and guide us through the practice and help us to evolve and transform. Raise your arms up, hands in Kali Mudra, and really push your hips forward. Rock your shoulders a little bit back and forth. Try to get your hips forward. Reach back. Now from here, come back up. Bend your knees, land your belly on your sides, and then use your body to push your legs all the way back. Send your hands overhead again, Uttanasana. Your shoulders are right on either side of the knees. Your seat is up. Forehead maybe to the shins if your legs are straight. And now the right foot goes back. Back knee down. Once again, Kapayasana. The more you practice, the more you repeat, the more the postures come with ease. Push your seat all the way forward towards the front heel. With no other variations, you can go into swan if you like, or spear. So your practice. And bend your elbow, try to get your foot in the crook of the arm, and come into this pose. So wherever you are is perfect. Just try your best. And break the pose, bring the right foot back down and have it up, move the left foot out to the edge of the mat, lift the back knee, and then just scooch back and forth. And push back one more time from the right foot, lower the knee down, fall if your hips are close enough on your right arm, your right hip, and then roll back to your left. Kristasana, lizard. Just try to get your body lower and lower. Imagine if your hips are made of lead, the rest of the body and the anchor down, the rest of the body will follow eventually. Try to get your pelvis, if your hips are down, the pelvis, the belly, the chest eventually come down as well. And be very still with the lizard, just send yourself on one. Now from here, break the pose, come back into high plank, Ashtanga Namaskara, right through into upward facing dog or cobra. Take the head back. See yourself in the form. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let the heart soften and line in the back. And now the right foot steps forward, back knee down. Again, drop your seat all the way down, Kapyasana again. Hands together, Anjali Mudra, not Anjali Mudra, Kali Mudra, to embody the fierceness and fearlessness. Pull the arms all the way back. And again, if you have the variations, go ahead. You can turn to your left, slide your left hand towards a foot, or you can bring the foot up into spear, or maybe even a swan. Yeah, the swan, push your foot away from the shoulder. That's it. Keep your seat all the way forward so you don't lose a balance. Break the pose, pull the foot close to your shoulder, and then bring it down if you had it up. Turn forward, and then again. Try to move your right foot out to the edge of the mat, lift the back knee, and just scooch back and forth a few times. Try to get your hips to sink. Feels like they're made of lead. And then push back to the left foot one more time, lower the knee. If your hips are low enough, fall onto your left forearm, then roll back to the right. Continue to telescope your body out of the hips. The more you lengthen, the more the body comes down. Fix your gaze at the lizard that doesn't blink. Imitate the form. Merge as a form. So then now come back into high plank. Ashtanga Namaskara, or if you like, Chaturanga, into upward facing dog, and back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Appreciate and love every form, love all beings. Now the left leg comes up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, and step the foot between the hands. Good, right from here, you can take your hands behind the back and launch yourself right up into Warrior 3. So your head, your hip, and your foot in one line. If you can join your hands behind your back, then go ahead. If it's too much, you can take your arms out to the side like an airplane. And then if you feel comfortable, dive down a little bit more. Bend your knees, your chest lands on the side. Try to curve your back a little bit. Top and tree for those who want to go deeper. Join your hands and pull them right over your shoulder. Now bring your right foot back down. Virabhadrasana 1, right from here. Raise your arms up. Look up as though you're standing on yours, granting higher devotion. And now from here, turn, lift the back heel up. Parivrita Paschimottanasana, right arm stays up, and then you go to the left all the way. So you get your right armpit, if you can, on the other side of your left knee. Left hand pushes into your right. And push very hard, left hand to the right, so the belly comes higher to the side. Turn your body so the face of the chest are turned up. If you know other variations, go ahead. If you want to take a bind, left arm goes over your back, right arm underneath the leg. Go according again to your abilities. Go to the edge of your potential, so you keep on redefining that edge every time. Now from here, right back into Virabhadrasana 2. Turn to the right this time. Arms nice and straight. Enter the consciousness of the warrior once again. Strong, determined, proud. Now reach all the way forward with your left hand. Drag the right foot in. Right into Ardha Chandrasana. Raise the right arm up. Once your turn to your Right leg all the way up. You get good balance here. You can look down at the front hand and so you can take your left hand to the heart. Maybe you can get the right hand to come right on top of it. And then bring the right foot back down, back into high plank. Good. From here, Vasisthasana. Standing on your left hand, turn to the right. Try to keep your hips up. Try not to drop into the shoulder, into the hip. Keep the body strong. And then go to the other side, come into plank, and then turn to your left. Standing on the right hand, push your hips all the way up and forward. Good. And then come back into high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. If you like, or chaturanga, move through to upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Now I'll bring the right leg up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step the foot between the hands. Once again, prepare for balancing T. Bring your hands behind the back or take them out to the side like an airplane and bring the left leg up. Body straight like you're lying on a table. Head, hip, and the toes in the same line. And at any point from here on in, you can see you can come a little bit deeper. Can't your body towards the ground. Your head comes from the height of the knee. You can bend your right knee a little bit so you can rest your belly on your side, but pull your left foot up higher. And so you can arch your back a little bit, bring your head up. Try to get your foot higher than the head. Now bring the left foot back down. From here, left arm goes up. And the right arm joins it into Virabhadrasana 1. Try to get your hips facing forward. If you need to lift your back heel, it's all good. Take your head all the way back. Express again the devotion of the warrior. Always ready to render divine service. And then lift the back heel, Parivita Paschakonasana. So angle the toe and the knee towards the left. Bring the left arm all the way down. Shoulder stays against the knee, right hand pushing to your left, and then push again. So the center of the chest comes up towards the thumbs and behind the thumb. Roll the right shoulder back. If you want to take a bind, you can do it. If you need to modify, you can bring the left knee down. Wherever you are is perfect if you're just trying your best. Come back into warrior 2. Turn to your left. Look over the front hand, work your hips a little bit, get a little bit lower into your seat. That's it. Now from here, bring the right hand all the way forward in front of the right foot. Drag the left foot in as much as you need to until you can raise it up and then bring it as high as you can. Bring your left arm up, Adho Chaturasana. Then you get good balance. You can look forward beyond the front hand. Make sure the right hip is in line with your right heel. Bring the right hand up to the heart. And if you want, you can get your left hand and come on top of it. Keep your body turned to the side. And then bring the left foot back down. From here, right back into high plank. Another round of Vasisthasana. This time if you have variations, you can go ahead. Go to your right first, standing on your left hand, move your left hand over to the right. And you can do the same variation, you can get going. You can spin on your left foot, drag your right foot back a little bit just alongside the left knee. Make sure the inside edge of the foot is grounded. And if you want, you can try to pick up your right foot. You can get up easily, take over the knee, catch the knee. If you're flexible, extend your leg, take over the foot. Break the pose, gracefully. Come back to high plank. Go on the other hand now. Turn to your left. All the movements smooth. Good. And if you want to keep going, you can spin on the left foot, the toes in the line, same one as the rest of the leg. Push your pelvis all the way up. And then you have more balance to be able to take your left foot up. Make sure the inside edge of the right foot is grounded to make it easier to balance. Sit. Break the pose. Come back into high plank. From here, Ashtanga Namaskara, or your Chaturanga into upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Now from here, lift the heels, bend the knees, jump your feet all the way to the hands. Come into a squat. Push your elbows, elbows out. Press the backs of the leg, inside legs against backs of the arms. And from here, either Bakasana or Katasana. Bring your hands down and then come forward, lift your toes up off the ground. If you're more proficient, keep your arms straight, bring your knees into the armpits. Bakasana. Your shins start on your arms, then you pick up your feet so that it's just the knees and the armpits. Then according to your abilities. From here, you can come into headstand if you like. If you have that, you can bend your arms a little bit. Keep pressing your arms, your legs against the arms, and bring your forehead down, and then press into your hands and lift your seat up higher. Come into teddy bear. If you feel comfortable, you can go right into headstand. You can split your legs if you need to, or bring your legs straight up. Stay there for a moment, a few moments. Bring the mind into stillness. When the body is still, the mind can come into quietness. Good. And then from here, if you're in headstand, you can come down gracefully. If you want, you can land your legs on your arms again, and so you can come back into crow. Hold your breath, bring your head up, and then bring your feet back down. Good. And from here, bring your feet together. Bring your fingers underneath, step on your fingers, basically, so your fingers are underneath your heels, and pull yourself against the legs. Push your chest against the knees, maybe again, try to get them lower, the chest lower. Forehead, if your legs are straight, against the shins. Now from here, roll your way up. Tuck your chin in as you come your way up. Hold your head is up, jump your feet apart, your toes are facing out beyond the edge of the mat. Easy Chakasana. Take your hands on your seat, bend your knees like you're sitting on a horse, and then pull your seat down, push it in at the same time. Take your head back slowly. If you feel comfortable, you can walk your hands down the backs and legs, landing them just below the knees, or if you're more flexible, go lower. Some of you might want to take your hands all the way down to the feet. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. And then from here, make your way back up. Walk your hands one at a time up the back of the body, up the back of the legs, press into your seat, and come up. So from here, jump your feet together, stand tall in Tadasana, mountain consciousness, be steady, unshakable, unmovable in your devotion to serve others through practice. Charging breathing. From the outside, bring everything in, the best, through the skin. Up the legs, up the arms, up the spine to the crown. Exhale, out everywhere throughout the body and out to all beings as well. Good. Bring hands back to Anjali Mudra and the gesture of gratefulness for all that you have, all that you do, and all that you are. Keep sharing all the beings. Good. Now from here, bring your arms in front, the wrist height the shoulders, the fingers loose, and then lift the heels and slowly try not to come forth your shoulders. Come down. Bit by bit, like you're sliding yourself down a wall. Keep your heels up. As you get lower, maybe the heels can come up higher. Really push, flex your feet, your toes. Move with control, always at the same speed. Once your seat is close to your heels, tuck your chin in and roll right back. Float your legs up over your head, bring your hands to the back, come into baby plow pose. So from here, try to get your seat right over your shoulders. And then prepare for a shoulder stand. So you bring your hands together behind your back first, join the wrists together so that your elbows come closer together. Then bring your hands onto your back, raise the legs, perhaps one at a time. The leading leg trying to come right up to the sky. Try to have your toes, your chest, your hips in the same line. Now leave the body alone. Bring the mind into stillness once again. If you have a lotus, you may do a lotus.
Or just, if you don't have a full lotus, just keep your legs straight. Make the mind one point and concentrate all your attention on the center of the forebrow, the seat of divine perception. Now come into cloud pose. If you have a lotus, then do Pindasana if you like. You can take your bind if you can wrap your arms around your legs. Keep your attention on the center of the forebrow. Concentrate, training your mind to be one pointed again. Now then we come out. You can keep the lotus if you want, if you have one, and then pushing your arms into the ground behind your back. Lower your seat down softly, no big heavy thuds, no jerky movements. Once your knees are down, lift your back up off the ground, your feet are down as well, and then fish pose, a graceful transition. Lift the hearts, allow the top of the head to come to the ground. Your hands are either under the seat if your legs are straight, or if you have the lotus, you hold your feet. You try to get your elbows down and your knees down at the same time. And lift your heart all the way up the top of the head to the ground. Now breathe very fast and nose like a sniffing dog. Keep your head where it is. Release the legs. If you have a lotus, bring them right close to your seat. Everybody bring their feet close to your seat. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Take your fingertips a little bit behind your head, beside your head as well. Lift your seat up off the ground. Move your head in a little bit closer towards your heels, and then turn your hands around the other way. Fingers now facing towards the heels. If you can, push your head up off the ground. You have to push into the ground with the hands, and then raise your head up. If it's too much, you can keep your head on the ground, or you just do bridge. The mother of all back bends. Stretch the body. That's it. Try to get your arms and legs straight. Beautiful, everybody. And then come back down. Rest on your back for a moment. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, imagine you're fainting, let go of all fatigue. Learn to let go of the effort instantly so you don't take it into the next poses. Now come back up to seated any which way you like. You can take your arms over the head and then roll up or turn to the side if you need to. Kurmasana. Take your feet a little bit wider than the mat, the heels on the outside edge of the mat, and slide your arms underneath your lower legs. Take hold of the feet close to your heels and pull on your feet. Try to get your shoulders lower and lower until they're lower than the knees. The top of the head's coming forward again. Stretch the back. Make it large, make it long, like a tortoise shell. If your shoulders are already low enough, below the knees, you can do the full pose. If you feel ready, your arms come beside your body, just hands facing backwards, and then your legs come on top of the arms. Slow down the breath. The tortoise has a very slow breath cycle. And that's why it lives so long. You prolong your life, assuming nothing else happens. Pose, come back out. Bring your feet together. Now, you can either do Purvottanasana or bench poses modification. You're doing Purvottanasana, your feet together, pull the heels in a little bit, and then throw your hips up. Roll the thighs towards one so you can get your toes on the ground. If your toes are up, you're going to feel heavy very fast through the hips, and then the rest of you won't be able to stay in the pose. So try to push your toes down, roll the thighs towards another. Bring your head all the way back. If it's too much, just bring your heels underneath your knees for bench pose. Now breathe very fast in the nose. Keep your chest higher than your shoulders if you can. Roll your seat down. From here, pull the heels in towards the seat. Give your body your legs a hug. Inhale. Hold the breath. Chin on the chest. Kumbhaka. Contract the glute muscles. Third eye attention. Jalandhara Bandha, Mula Bandha. Slowly release. Relax. So cross your ankles, come onto your knees. And from here, lower your chest down. Cobra to start. Roll the shoulders back. And then start to lift up. Curve your back as you come up higher and higher. Let your head goes over your seat, perhaps. Look like a cobra, that majestic being. Just try to put yourself in the form of the cobra. You want your hands closer and closer. Come onto your fingertips, try to get more heights. Modify also if you need to, you can bring forearms on the ground. With the pose, come back down. Stack your hands on top of another, rest your forehead and hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now bend your knees, bring your feet up towards the seat. Flex your feet. Bring your fingertips on either side of the mat. Lift your chest up. And then so you can get your thighs up off the ground as well. So push up to the base of the toes. Good. Now fly your arms up like you're skydiving. You can stay there, or you can reach back for your ankles, take over your ankles, come right into Dhanurasana. If you're ready, then go ahead and pull your legs so your body comes up higher. Then you might be able to see your toes over your head. If you can't, don't worry, you're still there. Just keep again, try. Surrender to the floor. Break the pose, bring those in towards the seat. Relax again, forehead on the hands, breathe in. Breathe out. Relax everything. So from here, we're just going to flip onto our backs for a twist, supine twist. So lie on your back, arms out to the side, bring your legs up in reverse table. Your shins are level with the ground. Cross your left leg over the right. See if you can hook your left foot underneath the right leg. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. And then just bring your knees over to the right. Use your hand to hold, right hand to hold the knees down. And try to move your knees in a position. You can move higher to the right elbow if you like, to try to feel the stretch all down the back of the body, right to the base of the spine. Try not to lift the back, the shoulders up off the mat. Center, uncross the legs and cross them the other way, the right leg this time over top. If you can, then try to hook the foot underneath your left leg. No big deal, not important if it doesn't. And then drop your knees over to your left. You use your left hand to hold the knees down. If your right back shoulder starts to pop up off the ground, keep stretching your right arm out until it flattens down again. Shoulder to shoulder, nice flat line as possible. Give the extension all along the back body. Come back to the center and then cross the legs, Shavasana. Just allow your legs to extend fully. Allow your feet to fall away from one another. Come down on your back gently. Arms come a little bit closer to the body, palms facing up. Just rest now. Lie on your back and allow the best to come to happen. Imagine that everything is coming in like a big wave, comes onto the beach or into the sand. Bring with it everything that you need. Infuse yourself with it, coming in like a big surge. So strong that it pushes all the negativity out of the body,
No room for any negativity. Just allow all the positive benefits coming in to wash out all that you don't need, negativity in all the forms. Just like the tide that goes out back to the ocean and clears the sand underneath. Clear yourself of anything that prevents you from realizing your true, infinite, divine nature to the fullest extent. You make the practice an offering. You invite good outcome. You attract good karma through good deeds, with loving thoughts and loving words. When you see the results of always having those action thoughts and moods coming from a place of love and compassion, you feel motivated to stay on the path. Repeat yourself the following sentence 3 times to anchor it in your mind and heart. Come back to it every day to see its realization to the fullest extent. I see God in all beings. Repeat that to yourself 3 times. And when you see God in all beings, it becomes unimaginable to want to do harm to anyone. Where it's as though you're face to face with God. Carry that out in your day-to-day life so the practice extends beyond the mat. So now prepare to come back to seated position. Ever so quietly, gently, and reverently make your way back to seated position. Move in a way that is gentle and quiet so you don't take yourself out of this calm mind state. Close this portion of practice with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God, always within. Namaste. Thank you so much. Now, I usually do pranayama for another 10 minutes or so until 8 o'clock. If you need to go, that's totally fine. If you want to stay, I'm just going to turn off the camera. So we'll just continue. This is totally optional. So.